Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm the Gnarly Gnome. This is the Weekly Pint. It's not a show. I feel like I say this every week. It doesn't matter if I'm late. It's supposed to be at 9:30, and it is 9:56. That's kind of like 9:30, sort of. 9:56 is the new 9:30. Not that I'm going to do the show at 9:56 every time. At least not intentionally. I can't make any promises. We had kind of a late night. Mondays are becoming more and more chaotic. We have dance class, and now it's warm outside, so the kids wanted to play outside, and the dog wanted to play outside, and then the dog wanted to eat the kids, and the kids didn't want the dog to eat them, and it was just chaotic. It was fine. But I did sit outside and had a cigar and a beer, and then looked at the clock, and I'm like, oh, probably need to put some kids to bed because that process takes a while sometimes. And regardless, it's not a show, so it doesn't matter. I can do these things, and I don't think you guys are allowed to get mad at me. And if you want to get mad at me, that's fine. I'll punish myself with drinks. Yeah, or you can punish me. We'll get to it later. We will definitely get to it later. There's lots of fun things around me. Welcome to the show. If you're new to this whole thing, yes, it's a podcast. If you are stumbling upon this via some kind of podcast feed, it's a podcast, and that's fine, and we accept you, and we love you. But the best way to do this is live, 9:30-ish. Sometimes it's 9:56. Get on there Monday nights and jump on Facebook or YouTube and hang out live with us. If you're on the chat, because it's a virtual happy hour, it's not really a podcast. Tell us what you're drinking, and we'll pretend that we're all drinking together. And there's a bunch of fun things happening here. Let's see. Julia is speaking Spanish, and she is having an Outside Voice Extra Pale Ale from Hopewell Brewing Company. I have not had that beer. I don't know anything about Hopewell Brewing Company or that beer, but it's probably tasty. It sounds good. Marco is having had a truth, but is having a psychopathy now. He's also reverse searing a pork chop. Probably started this process way too late in the evening. That's a lot of things to be doing at one time, but I accept it. I accept you for who you are. Let's see. Julia wants to know if that means you put it back on the pig. I don't think that's what that means. Not sure. Marco says, I didn't know you were taking dance classes. I teach dance classes. Have you seen me dance? I don't need to take the classes. I am a dance god. No, my children are dancers. Let's see. Julia says, if the dog eats the kid, 2 less causes of chaos, just saying. Maybe, or it might cause more chaos. Eric picked up a strawberry blonde from BrewLink. I love a good strawberry blonde ale. I believe if you go to MadTree, speaking of psychopathy, I believe that they have Soul Drifter on. At least the last time that I was at Parks and Rec in Blue Ash, they had it on. That's all I drank when I was there. That is probably one of, if not my favorite MadTree beer, Soul Drifter, still to this day. It's like this really great kind of strawberry thing, but then it's kind of bitter for what it is, and I love that strawberry with that bitterness that comes in and kind of breaks it up. Love it. Julia says that Josh is having a gill from Westside. He neglected to say that. We'll accept him anyways. I don't have a beer yet because, as you probably know, you probably remember, we start this show off with something that we call the schnappening. It started with schnapps. The world is out of schnapps. I can't find that many schnapps to do this every week with unique schnapps. Maybe this counts. I don't know. Maybe. I got myself a little baby mason jar from Sugarlands. This maybe is a sneak preview. I'll put it on the drink cam for you. Maybe a sneak preview of some of the things that are coming in this summer from me. That's really dark. Sorry. Maybe a preview of some things coming along. But it seemed like an appropriate vessel for... I'm assuming that almost everybody has had this or is aware of it. We do a adult Easter egg hunt every year for Easter where the kids hide booze for us around the yard. And I ended up with one of these. Actually, we ended up with, I think, 3 of these, which are now scattered around the house for when you need them. Fireball. I don't love Fireball. I don't hate Fireball, but I really don't love it. I have to hold it back here for it to actually be lit at all. This is not not my favorite thing in the world. It is 33% alcohol by volume. That is 66 proof. For anybody that is not as good at math as I am, it's written on there. It is whiskey with natural cinnamon flavor. There are different kinds of Fireball. Some of them are actual whiskey. Some of them are not. This is the whiskey version, so it's a little bit better than the other one, but that doesn't mean it's good. Let me pour it, and then I will read you what it says on here. Oh, Josh with the reminder, happy birthday to Marco and Julia. Consider this a birthday present. Yes, we're filling that thing right up, aren't we? Why did I do that? Oh, boy. Ignite the night. That's what it says. It says, what you have here is a smooth whiskey with a fiery kick of red-hot cinnamon. It tastes like heaven, burns like hell. What happens next is up to you. Oh, and then there's a phone number. We can call them. I'm not going to do that. Well, we could. It's from Sazerac. I guess that's on theme for some stuff we'll talk about tonight. The makers of Buffalo Trace. The owners, I should say, of Buffalo Trace. All right. Julia points out that Fireball is a great breakfast beer for the post-Beer Fest hangover when you have to power walk up Straight Street the next morning. It's not good for anything. Maybe it's good for either making friends or punishing people. I don't know. Okay. Prost. Yeah, it smells like one of those red hot candies, the little fireballs. That's what they're called, right? It doesn't smell bad. It also doesn't really smell good. I smell no whiskey. I just smell fireball candy. Okay, bottoms up. I do this for you. You know what? I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It does have some burn to it, but it tastes like candy. In fact, it probably has so much sugar in it that I think legally it probably classifies as a candy. Probably. It's fine. I don't want more. I might want more. I don't know. It confuses me. I don't know how it makes me feel. Which may be the best drinks, especially in the schnappified realm. Maybe the best ones confuse me. I don't know. I don't know how that breaks down. I should have got some water to cleanse the palate for this next one because I do have to actually taste a beer and give my impressions of a beer because I've been very curious about this. Marco says it is syrup for me. Okay. I have hinted about this beer several times on this show, and it is out now. It's in a variety pack scattered around town, and I've been very curious of what it actually is. I'm talking about MadTree's Seeing Colors West Coast IPA. I got a text from Brittany at MadTree, who very graciously offered to set some aside for me so that I could try it. It was, I think, on tap very briefly. Not anymore. It went through really fast. But it is available in their variety packs. I have to mention that she did set it aside for me. I appreciate that very much. She did not ask me to talk about it on the show. In fact, I warned her that I'm going to talk about it on the show. And I warned her that if this beer does not satisfy what I think a West Coast IPA is going to be or should be, I have to say it out loud. And I will say it out loud. There will be no beating around the bush, which I have it sitting in a koozie because it took me so long to set up for the show tonight. Speaking of beating around the bush, You know who does not beat around the bush or does beat around the bush? I don't know. Dick's Potato Chips. Shout out to Dick's Potato Chips. If you have not tried these chips or you have not been paying attention to the show, they sponsor the show, and they're amazing people. I love Dick's. If you don't love Dick's, I don't know what you're doing here, because we are a pro Dick's show. Best potato chips in the universe. Go to whatever your favorite retailer is, and hopefully they have Dick's. If they don't have Dick's, number one, question why they're your favorite retailer. Number two, tell them to get you some Dick's. Tell them they need to eat a bag of Dick's and then get Dick's on their shelf or on their potato chip rack, whatever, I guess, method they use to display their potato chips. Or you could just give them the middle finger and then go in your car, pull out your phone, and go to dickspotatochips.com and order yourself a box of Dick's. They really are incredible. They are back there for a reason, because I eat them. I eat them constantly. They're there, and I think there's some upstairs too, because I love these chips so much. So huge shout out to Dick's. Thank you for sponsoring the show. Thank you for being part of what this Weekly Pint thing is and what it's growing into. The only thing that I like to see grow as much as Dick's is the show. So thank you to Dick's, and we'll mention them again later, because I really want you guys to get yourself some Dick's. If you have not had Dick's, tell me in the chat and we'll make fun of you. Or if you have just had your first Dick's recently, tell us, and we will tell you how much we love you. We'll talk about it one way or another. All right, let's get into this Seeing Colors. This is a West Coast style IPA. Okay, it says it right there. It says it on the can. Here, let's put it on the drink cam so you can see. There is no mistake about it. Seeing Colors, West Coast style IPA. Now, I'm not calling anybody out, but there are lots of breweries that have made a beer that says West Coast style IPA that is not a West Coast style IPA. That's why I'm afraid of this beer. I shouldn't. I trust MadTree. I trust MadTree so much. I trust MadTree even more after I'm hitting the wrong button. What am I doing? Even more after I stopped to pick this up, because I sat and I had some lunch, reminded myself how great the wings are at MadTree. They're really good. Stay tuned for some more stuff about that. I had a couple beers, one of which I'm going to write a blog post about and have done tomorrow, because it was insane and I didn't know what it was, and I went down a weird rabbit hole. I was supposed to be doing work and got about a third of the work that I was supposed to have done because I went down this rabbit hole about this beer. I had a great Helles lager, and there was a ton of beer on tap. I guess we should talk about that. No, I'm not going to pour the beer yet, because I don't want to spoil anything if it's clear or not. I have been going to Blue Ash. That's been my MadTree spot most of the time for the last couple months, I guess, since they opened. I love Parks and Rec. I love the tap room. I love the location. I love everything about the tap room itself. I think it's fun. It feels like you're at a park. It feels like if, some kind of national park had a tap room. Like, it feels like what that would be. It's perfect. Big tree behind the bar. It's amazing. If you haven't been, go. I have one complaint, and I will voice this complaint to anybody who wants to hear it. There is not enough beer on tap at Parks and Rec. I think that they're working on it, and I think that's an evolution that we'll see over the next few months, maybe, where maybe we'll get some more beer. Hopefully we'll get more beer as they start to realize that people want more beer. That's my only complaint. But walking into 2.0. Now, it's still not as much beer as I want there to be, but there is a full varied tap list. There was barrel-aged beer. There was a porter. There was a dark Czech lager. There was a Helles. There was the weird beer that I'm going to write about tomorrow. Tons of great beer. It reminded me why I love MadTree as much as I do. And the wings are great. I say all this, but if this beer is hazy or not West Coasty, we're going to have an issue. We should, in fact, we should go to David, the the producer / bartender that hangs out here in the basement. We should ask him what a West Coast IPA is. I think I could just do it from here. Let's see. David, what is a West Coast IPA, David? And just tell me out loud so that people can hear you. What is a West Coast IPA? That should work. Hopefully he doesn't yell at us. I don't know how loud he is. He's thinking. That's a good sign.
Now we're talking classics.
Oh, yeah,
Let me break it down for you, boss. What is a West Coast IPA? The West Coast IPA is the OG rebel of the craft beer world.
Oh.
It's clear, none of that hazy stuff, crisp and aggressively hopped. Born out of California's early craft beer movement, think Stone, Sierra Nevada and Russian River, it's all about showcasing the bold, piney, citrusy punch of American hops.
Okay.
Key traits of a West Coast IPA.
Perfect.
1. Clear appearance, usually a deep gold to light amber. No haze here, it's all about that crystal clarity. 2. Hop-forward flavor. You get bright citrus, grapefruit, orange, pine resin, dank bitterness, and sometimes floral or tropical notes. 3. Firm bitterness. Bitterness is front and center, especially compared to juicier New England IPAs.
Firm bitterness.
4. Dry finish. These beers aren't sweet. They're dry, crisp, and clean.
Yeah.
Makes you want another sip. 5. Balanced malt backbone. The malt is there to hold it together, but it plays second fiddle to the hops. You might taste a bit of biscuit or caramel, but it never dominates. Typical hops you'll find: Cascade, Centennial, Chinook,
very
Simcoe,
thorough about
Citra
this.
Amarillo. ABV range, usually between 6.5 and 7.5, though it can edge higher in double or imperial versions. Bottom line, the West Coast IPA is like the electric guitar solo of the beer world. Loud, bold, maybe a little bitter, but damn satisfying when done right.
He said damn.
It's what made hopheads fall in love in the...
I didn't purposely try to... I accidentally hit a button. Sorry, David. It's what made us fall. All right, whatever. That was like the last sentence. Okay, so key traits: clear appearance, hop forward flavor, firm bitterness, dry finish, balanced malt backbone. I think that is a great description of a West Coast IPA. Those 5 things. All right. So ABV is perfect in range. It is 7.3%. It's a nice big, not big. It's a nice solid West Coast IPA. Date stamp is perfect on this. You can read it. It tells you freshest by and when it was canned. That's exactly what we want to see on our IPAs. Okay, why am I so nervous? Zach wants to know, why is Marco not making a Morgan Freeman voice reading this? Because I have a producer, David. That's what he does. That's his whole job. If we don't let him read it, he will probably rebel and, I don't know, take all the money out of our bank accounts and make our cars not drive. And what else can robots do that we don't want them to do? Probably lots of terrible things. Before you know it, Terminator. All right. Oh, I shouldn't be so nervous about this. I trust you, MadTree. This is a West Coast IPA. I trust you. All right, drink cam. All right, here we go. Branded glassware, logo out. Let's do this. Gotta be funny if it was like just super hazy and like just seeing colors repackaged. Good news, you guys. It's not hazy. I was never worried. The whole time. I knew it wasn't going to be hazy. I love the can on this. If you haven't seen any of the Seeing Colors artwork, go get yourself a variety pack. All right, let's see here. It is bright, clear. I'm going to say this and don't get mad at me. There is a touch of haze just because of the hops. That's okay. It's still what I would call a clear beer. Big, bright, white head on it. Perfect head on this beer. Something that I don't talk about a lot, but I think has been lacking the last few years is head retention on a beer. Like it just, like you pour a beer and the head just goes away. That's never been a problem with MadTree. They do it right. All right, let me get my nose in this. Although I can already smell it, and so I know that that we're in for something good. It's tropical. It's not super piney and dank. Like it is definitely like a tropical fruit, which I'm okay with. Like that's fine for a West Coast IPA. To me, it doesn't necessarily matter what the hops are. To some degree, it has to have some bitterness to it. You have to have bitterness to kind of back up the beer. But if it's bitterness and tropical fruit, I'm fine with that. Which I'm hoping is what this is. Okay. I'm still nervous. There is like that really great like I in my head it's a doughy malt. I don't know what the actual description is, but when I smell it, it reminds me of like kind of a just a real kind of I don't want to call it basic, but like a simple malt backbone, just like a real good like I don't know what that is. It 2-row? I don't know. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that. It doesn't make any sense. It's like bready, doughy malt. All right, let's get in there. Yep. It's a West Coast. It's bitterness. There is enough of a malt backbone to kind of back up that bitterness. It's fairly well balanced. Like it leans towards the hops, but it is a balanced beer. This is not a New England IPA. This is not a hazy IPA. This is a West Coast IPA that probably in that variety pack pairs up with them perfectly. That's good beer. You know what? Nope. I stand corrected. That's a great beer. I love that beer. Shout out to MadTree for nailing it again. I don't know why I would ever expect MadTree not to nail it. It's awesome. It is fantastic. Shout out to Brittany. This is her first recipe that she has gotten into packaging at MadTree, and it's a great beer. Really perfect beer to have as your first one. Something to hang your hat on. We live in this world now where nobody cares about styles enough, and there is something about that that's fun in craft beer of pushing boundaries. And who's gonna tell me what my West Coast IPA is supposed to be? I'm gonna redefine what it is. I get it. Like that is part of what made craft beer what it was. But at the same time, you have to be careful how you push those boundaries. People have an expectation when they see a style. When somebody reads West Coast IPA, they're expecting something. And I don't know what that is for everybody. I know what David says it's supposed to be, and I think that's what it is for me, but maybe it's different for other people, and I'm not going to judge them for that. But if I pour a beer and it is a hazy, soft beer, which I love as a description because it just, I don't want my West Coast IPA to be soft. I want it to be hard and bracing and bitter, and I want it to be what West Coast IPA was. I'm very happy with this. I'm very proud of this. I was going to share some of these beers, and now maybe I won't because I love it that much. I think I might drink them all tonight. Sorry for anybody that has a birthday that was going to get a little care package. I might drink your beer. Julia says, Brittany is awesome. So glad Cincinnati and MadTree have her in their corner. 100% I agree with that. She's an absolute perfect addition to our beer scene and to MadTree. this is a good reminder for a lot of people out there about why MadTree is one of the best examples of Cincinnati beer. Beers like that. That's great. Nothing else I'm going to drink is going to be that good. I can probably promise that. I don't know exactly what I'm going to get into. I have some long drink and something in cardboard and all kinds of weird stuff sitting around that maybe we'll get to. But yeah, I'm going to keep sipping on this in the meantime because it's actually good. Which nothing else will be. We'll put that right there so you can see what I'm drinking, since I don't have another good way to tell you what I'm drinking. I need some kind of little thing that just hangs down. I can have a can just kind of swinging here. Let's get into to something completely different, though. Let's get into some of the topics of the show, since we're already how far into the show here. Where's my timer? Half hour? Yeah. Okay. Whatever. There's no rules. It's not a show. All right. Moorline. I am a huge fan of the Lager House, Christian Moorline Lager House, and they are debuting what they are calling the club at Moorline. It's a bourbon room inside the Lager House, and that is happening this week. Is the official kind? Well, I think it technically opened last week. But there's kind of a big celebration this week that I will be at, which is probably more important for anybody who cares about having fun. I wrote down all of the important things that you need to know before you decide if you want to go. It's this Thursday, so this Thursday, April 24th, 5 to 8 p.m. They're opening the Bourbon Room, and their rep from Buffalo Trace will be there to walk people through a tasting. Including, I believe I wrote it down. Yeah, they're gonna have the Double Eagle Very Rare, and which I've heard that's amazing. I haven't tried it. More importantly to me, they are debuting their Weller Foolproof Barrel Pick, which is the beer that I helped pick out. I went down and I did the barrel pick with everybody, and I said, yes, this barrel. And the barrel that I picked is the one that made it into the bottles. I feel like this is my bourbon. It's not, but I feel that way. I feel some kind of personal connection to it, and that's why I want you to come down and drink it with me. And I will be drinking heavily. And they've got cigars. They have their own little cigars you can buy there, and you can sit on the patio and drink bourbon and smoke cigars and beer, too. You can have a beer, too, which I probably will also do that. And I'm going to have a cigar, and it's going to be great. And I want you to come hang out with me. They're going to do half-price bourbon pours throughout the night. Yeah, it's just going to be a ton of fun. And I really want people to come hang out with me. I like people hanging out with me. Zach says, isn't it your birthday, Julia? And Julia says, it's Marco's birthday. Yeah. Yes. I've been trying to, you can see on the tagline down there, it says, I'm almost an expert, but not yet. I've been trying to figure bourbon out more. Not that I don't understand bourbon. I've been drinking bourbon for a very long time, but I'm trying to really, really, really dive into bourbon over the last, 2 or 3 years, maybe, trying to really figure it out. Zach says, whose birthday is it for real? Yes. Yep. Tell me you don't listen to Truth Beer Consequences enough. Without telling me you don't listen to Truth Beer Consequences enough. Bourbon fascinates me, and as soon as I think I kind of get it, something will happen, or I'll have like an experience, or go to a place, or talk to a person. Yes, Zach. And it'll completely throw me for a loop, and I will kind of feel like I'm starting from scratch again, like from a whole new place, which is really, really fun. Especially for a drink and something that is as old and as has as many stories to it as bourbon does. We won't go down that road. I think that there are a lot of different perspectives. We'll put it that way. A lot of different perspectives on what makes bourbon great and what bourbons are great and why those bourbons are great. That's a good way to put it. And that I've been really, really obsessed with. And this trip down to Buffalo Trace with the folks from the Lager House and some friends and some other incredible people here locally, that trip down there was one of those moments where I started thinking about something else about bourbon that I had not been thinking about that has shaped a bunch of different things. And I'm working on a YouTube video about it. Definitely a YouTube video. I have a blog post where I think I hit on it pretty well. I don't know. Just get on the website and I guess search for Buffalo Trace. I think you can probably find the blog post that way. If I remember, I'll put it in the show notes. But we all know I probably won't remember. There's going to be a lot more bourbon content coming in the next, I don't know, year or plus. Plus is a better way to put it. Mm. Man, it's a great beer. That's it's a dangerous beer at 7.2. Yeah, it drinks really easy. Zach says, speaking of, I really enjoyed your interview with Depot Brewing Company. Yeah, if anybody doesn't follow Cincy Brewcast, that's my real podcast. This is not a real podcast. This is a happy hour. My real podcast is called Cincy Brewcast, and we talk to breweries, the owners, the brewers, the drinkers, the people that make up Cincinnati craft beer. And this week we were at we were not at Depot. We talked to Depot at Cartridge because Depot is not officially open yet. But once they are open, we will do another show. We'll sit down in the tap room and we'll talk about all of the things that they would do differently or that they were wrong about, or not, the things that they nailed, the things they got right. I'm excited for them. They seem to really understand what it means to be a neighborhood spot and to really kind of focus on that. I'm excited to see how it does. That's an area that really needs a brewery. I'll say another brewery because there are other breweries in that area, but not in downtown Morrow, which is if you haven't been, there's not a lot going on in downtown Morrow. If you want to grab a beer in downtown Morrow, there's not a lot of options for you. Yeah. Zach says, I'm drinking a small batch Golden Gadget tonight to honor the 10-year anniversary for Urban on Saturday. That is a good transition into the next thing that I want to talk about. I was going to write a post about Urban celebrating 10 years, but I ran out of time, to be honest, as I usually do, everything that I really want to write about. And I was going to then just throw up kind of a random post to social media about breweries that were 10 years old or older, and I was kind of blown away. I remember when Mount Carmel turned 10, and I was full on in the blogging game at that point, and the idea that there was a locally owned, I'm going to call it small craft brewery in town that was 10 years old blew my mind. I that thought was crazy to me here in Cincinnati because beer had almost died in the city not that long before that. Shout out to Sam Adams for saving beer in Cincinnati. But Mount Carmel was really the first locally owned, locally produced, real craft brewery in the city. Now, there were other breweries that were open at the time. I've got my list in front of me here to kind of break this down. Let's start with the breweries right now that are at least a decade old. We have 15 of them. That depends on how you count the number. And I know that all of this is definitely arguable, but at the time when Mount Carmel opened, as far as places that are open now, there are only 3 other places that are older than them currently. I have to keep specifying that so you understand what I'm saying. We have Miller Coors up in Trenton, which, other than the fact that Miller is making Pringles that are beer can chicken and smoked brat Pringles, we don't really talk that much about them. That's definitely not a craft brewery. We have Sam Adams. Shout out to Sam Adams. They opened in 1997. Hofbrauhaus in Newport. We have a contentious relationship with Hofbrauhaus in my house. But they opened in 2003. That was really exciting when they came to town. That was a big deal. And then you had Mount Carmel, and they opened in 2005, which, if you do the math quickly, 2005, that means that this will be 20 years for them, the 20th anniversary, which is a whole other thing that definitely deserves a blog post in the next couple of months. I need to sit down and really write that. Okay, so places that are at least a decade old. So we're at 20 years old for Mount Carmel. That's insane. Listerman opened in 2008, so they are 17 years old this year. We have the Moorline Lager House. We just talked about them. A lot of people don't really realize that they opened back in 2012. That makes them 13 years old this year. Cellar Dweller. They are also up in the Morrow area, although not downtown Morrow. Again, 2012, 13 years old. It's insane, like, to think about some of these numbers. 50 West, 13 years old. Bad Tom, 12 years old. They opened in 2013. MadTree, 2013, obviously. 12 years old. Rheingeist, 12 years old. BJ's in Florence is now 12 years old. The Tri-County one would have been even older than that, but they closed. Paradise opened in 2014. They're 11 years old at this point. Braxton, 2015. They just celebrated 10 years. And then Urban Artifact, 2015, also celebrated 10 years. Later this year, Fibonacci, around the 4th of July, will be 10 years since they opened. It's insane. That puts us at currently 15 breweries that are at least 10 years old. And by the end of the year, as long as everybody stays open, we'll have 16 breweries that are at least a decade old. If you pull in next year, so if we go 2026, there are an additional, depending on how you count it and depending on what happens, either 8 or 5 breweries. And I say that way because there's a couple on here that I get. You might not count the same way. We have I don't know why 5. Now I can't think of why I put it that way. 8 or maybe 6. I don't know, because you got places like Woodburn is in there, which I'm not going to talk about tonight. I will probably put something out this week, or I don't know. But Woodburn is closed right now. They just posted that today, that they are shifting the management team. How did they word that? Shifting the management team. Let me pull up the actual post so that we can get this right. Let's see. It says, okay. March 1st Brands is pleased to announce a new Cincinnati distilling bottle shop coming to the Cincinnati Premium Outlets in Monroe this spring. This marks our 3rd Ohio bottle shop, joining Kenwood Town Center and Polaris Fashion Place in Columbus. This expansion signals a bold new chapter for Cincinnati Distilling's parent company, March 1st Brands, as it pivots to prioritize the rapid growth of its spirits portfolio across Ohio and beyond. That sounds great. As part of this strategic shift, March 1st Brands is moving its East Walnut Hills management team to support the launch support the launch in Monroe, which necessitates the temporary closing of the Woodburn Brewing location. All other Woodburn staff is being assigned to fill critical gaps in the company's other 8 locations. The future of the Woodburn location has not yet been determined, but will remain closed for the near term. I don't really know what that means. It says it's temporarily closed, but then the future of the location has not yet been determined, which those two things seem a little contradictory to me. So I don't know. It sounds like we might see some changes for Woodburn in the future, possibly. So again, next year would have been another decade brewery, maybe, depending on how you count it. If you keep going down the list, though, Fig Leaf is also that same year. So next year, Fig Leaf would be marking a decade. Again, it's not March 1st. March 1st didn't open till a little bit later, but Fig Leaf did. So I don't know how you count it. It gets very confusing. Eric says, I had great plans to apply as your animal wrangler if the little gnomes bought Fibonacci for Father's Day. Going to the orthopedist for a second goat-related injury, so you might be on your own. Yeah, we will not be buying Fibonacci. I can promise that. 10 years. 10 years is insane to me. All right, let me drink some more of this because it's that good. That is a great beer. I don't say that often. Like, I like a lot of beers, but there's not a lot of beers that are great beers. Zach wanted to know earlier, while I was on a rant, if they had any idea when Depot will be open. They did throw out some date ideas in the episode with a big ish, but they're looking in the near future. I believe they said, I think summer is maybe a good way to word it. I think there was some May, June discussion, but ish. There's a spider on the wall. I can see him. It's very distracting. He's right there. He's just crawling right up there. I hope he climbs on the camera and gets on the lens. That'd be funny. I think I have one more. What's the next thing here? I don't even know what the next thing I put up. Oh, Heidelberg. Yeah. You know what? I don't think I'm ready to talk about this yet. I'm putting something very, very big together about this. If you have not been up on the Heidelberg chaos, stay tuned. We're going to have some good content here in the near future. If you have thoughts or opinions, I tell you what, if you are a local bar or a local brewery or a restaurant and you have thoughts about Heidelberg distributing, shoot me a message. We need to talk because I've got some really wild stuff that I'm trying to figure out how to work it into either a video, a podcast, or a blog post, and what that's going to look like. I need to drink something else. The drunk line is open for anybody that. Oh, actually, it'll probably send you to voicemail. Hang on, let me fix that. I will let you guys pick. Do we drink long drink, which is sitting here, or do I go in the fridge and grab the thing that's in cardboard? That is probably going to be a bad idea. Long drink I know is good. That's why I pulled it out. Although that would make a good video too. I've not made any like tasting videos, any like short tasting videos or longer tasting videos, because my wife won't quit putting laundry on the bar. Like right now, there's blankets hanging on bar stools for some reason, and a bunch of laundry just kind of spread all over. She's trying to take over the basement, and I'm having some issues with that. Oh, the spider's gone. That's an issue. He is no longer there. He is either on the floor or about to eat me. All right, somebody's calling. Hey, you're on the Weekly Pint. Who is this?
It's Zach. What's up, buddy?
What's up, dude?
Hey, nothing. You said to call the drunk line, and I just, instead of typing every 5 seconds, I figured I'd call. Are you getting ready to drink a beer right now?
Not a beer. I'm getting ready to drink something.
Oh. Because I was going to say, can I pick your next beer from your beer fridge? I was kind of wanting to pick something randomly, if you have like a right, left side thing.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Julia wants the long drink. But but I'm okay making a pick. I will in my head, and I will make this fair. I'm gonna put the long drink right there. Okay, so I'm gonna say 4 options. I'm gonna give you a choice between 1 and 4, left to right.
Okay.
And long drink is one of them, but I'm not telling you where it obviously is sitting in my head in that fridge that I'm looking at.
Okay. Familiarize myself with what a long drink again. What is that again? Sorry.
It's like a gin-based canned cocktail. Citrus.
I think
gin. It's tasty.
Okay,
it's good. I know it's good.
Okay, because I kind of wanted to stick with you to have the beer tonight, because I got that beer.
Only one of the options is a beer. Everything else is something else.
Okay, I gotta choose 1 through 4. You said?
Yes, 1 through 4, and only one of those options is a beer.
Let's do. Oh, just only one of them is an option?
No, only one of them is a beer. Four choices.
Gotcha.
One of them happens to be a beer. The other 3 are other things, including long drink.
Let's do drum roll. Let's do number 4.
Oh God. That's the cardboard.
What's number 4? What is it?
Yeah, it's a cardboard. Hang on. I got to get over the beer fridge now. Hold tight. All right.
Okay.
All right, we're getting it. This.
Okay.
Okay. This is Beatbox. You see, these are all over town right now. I don't know if you've seen these. I think somehow. What is this? Shaquille O'Neal? Is this his? I think it doesn't say.
What the hell?
I think he's involved in this somehow. Do what?
Wait, Shaquille O'Neal. What is this? Shaquille O'Neal's involved in?
Yeah, I think he makes these. I don't know. It's his brand. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure there were big footprints on the floor, and I stood in them, and then in front of them was these things. I picked the one that sounded the tastiest. Josh says that my wife wants me to put the laundry away. No, she doesn't. That's what makes it confusing. All right, I got a glass. We're going to pour this. This is 11.1% alcohol by volume, and it is a 16.9 fluid ounce cardboard like juice box. I don't understand.
Okay, I'm going to try this now.
I don't until I try it. It might be bad. It's got these fun little tiki guys.
Now.
You what?
I'm not visually watching you, unfortunately, right now because I'm on my phone. But like eventually I'll go back and look at what you're drinking. But I always like to try new weird things.
So picture like when you were a kid and you had those little hazy juice box things. You know, you stick the straw on the top.
Yeah, like my daughter has.
Yeah, that's what this is, but it's booze.
Actually, speaking of, have you ever been to the yacht club over there by Urban Artifacts?
Of course, yeah.
All that?
Yeah, Northside Yacht Club.
So my wife had one of their
adult Capri Suns. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're good.
Yeah, so things are good.
I feel like I should be pouring this over ice right now, and I'm not. Oh man, it just looks like
you know what?
punch.
It is the weather has been nice enough to get those margaritas, Bahama Mama type style drinks out.
Okay, so this tells me on the side, it tells me it's best served chilled. I did that. I'm following the rules. It also tells me that there are 3.38 servings per what? 3.3 per 5 fluid ounces. How? What?
This is why I don't ever read the back. I never
says,
read the back of
okay,
how
it
much
says
poured in something.
Okay, no, this is okay. I think I get it. It says servings per container 3.38. Okay, that makes sense. And then it's like it should be a space, and then it says per 5 fluid ounces, which is maybe a serving. 15. Yeah, maybe that's a serving. 100 calories. Yada. Okay, yeah, this is gonna get me drunk. It says it's gonna get me drunk.
Do you have one of your steins or mugs around?
No, it's in like a fancy glass from BC's.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, it smells like fruit punch. It says it contains alcohol. Okay, I assumed. And then it says it's the world's tastiest party punch. Best served chilled. Again, it tells me that. It must taste like garbage if it's warm. It must be 21 plus. I am definitely 21 plus. All right. Looks like fruit punch. Let's see if it tastes like fruit punch. Okay. Definitely smells like it.
I'm only imagining like a Four Loko type thing.
Four Loko is all about the caffeine, though. Oh no, that's great.
Right.
This is delicious. It tastes like fruit.
Is
It's
it
like
really
high.
good?
It's like high C. Yeah, no, or like Hawaiian punch.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's delicious. It needs to be over ice,
just don't-
maybe. Oh, this is gonna be bad news. Oh man, I'm
hell yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to get upstairs tonight. Heck
Can
yeah,
I ask where you got that from?
I got it at Jungle Gyms, but I've seen them around. They're everywhere.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know if there's like some random gas station or something.
Yeah, I bet random gas stations have it. This is a great gas station drink. Yeah, there's probably a whole a whole crate of them at some gas station somewhere. Oh
Dude,
man, this
I was
is
gonna say, I feel like Shaquille O'Neal owns like everything. Not only does he own Papa John's, he's doing basketball. He does the general or whatever insurance. It's like, what does Shaq not have?
I don't think he owns all of those. He may have a piece of all of them.
Oh,
that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, this
well,
is
he's
good.
doing something with Papa John's that's pretty big.
Yeah,
so.
I know he made a pizza with them.
Well, yeah, because they're bringing back that Shaq-a-roni.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The first time I had the Shaq-a-roni, it was great. Every other time,
too. They were pretty good.
Every other time I had it, it sucked. I feel like they got lazy.
To be honest, it's greasy as hell.
Well, yeah, it should be. That's what I want my New York style pizza to be.
That's what you're missing. Gnome, next time you need to get some more of those since they're good, and then get you a Shaq-a-roni pizza, and then eat the pizza while drinking it on this live feed. Wow. That would be fun.
Julia says it's a good thing my wife left me blankets down there. I'm afraid the way they're hanging that somebody peed on the blankets or something. I'm not using them. Luckily, I always keep underneath the table here in the podcast studio. I keep a towel. Look at this, my sway towel. We're actually, I'm showing it on the camera. This is a Sway the Day Away. This is a MadTree sway towel, so I can use this as a blanket.
Okay.
We're actually in the middle of a family argument about this towel. That's why it's here. Technically, I gave it to my wife when I got it. That was a gift from MadTree again. Thank you, Matt. I feel like this is a MadTree show. Thank you to MadTree for giving me a towel. I gave it to my wife technically, and that's I say technically because she then folded it up and put it in a bag with other towels, and then never touched it. And a couple of years have gone by. I don't know when they released Sway. That was like what, 2020? It was definitely like COVID era, right?
Yeah.
It's been sitting in that thing since then. So, like a couple months ago, I took it. I said, you know what? It's my towel again. I'm using it this summer when I go to the pool. I'm gonna sway the day away. Do what?
Do you guys fight over swag a lot and whose beers are whose beers?
Oh, it's not a fight. I took it. It's mine now. I took it back. That's not a fight, but she might think we're fighting.
I'm sorry, discussions. You guys have discussions and debates.
Yeah, and then we arm wrestle and I win, and so I take the towel back.
You know what? The good thing about my wife not liking craft beer is the fact that if I were to get any of that stuff, it'd be all mine anyway at the end of the day. Or she would just tell me I have too much stuff and we're hoarding stuff.
I have to hide things. I hide them. There's
I don't have to have that. I don't have that problem.
There is booze squirreled away in every nook and cranny in my house because my wife will take it.
Now, I will say, if you're having juice boxes that look like juice boxes, you might want to hide those away from your kids if it has alcohol in it.
I don't,
Daddy.
I don't think my kids would. My kids know that nothing down here tastes good to them. They might try them. Actually, they might like this. It is that good. I'm gonna take another big swig.
When you tell your kid, you'll be like, "Oh no, this is really gross. You won't like this." But back in the day, apparently I don't know what it was. What was that thing where when they were a baby, people would be like, "Oh, just put a little whiskey in their lip or something."
Yeah, when they're teething, it makes your gums.
Yeah, that was it when they were teething.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you remember your first taste of beer?
Weird as it was actually after college. A lot of people are like, yeah, they're like, oh my goodness, did you drink when you were? It was actually, I think, at a wedding, believe it or not, and it was just Coors Light. It wasn't.
Well, that's not shocking.
Like that. So, yeah, I mean, it was something like that. Coors Light, Bud Light, it was something of that sort. And I really didn't like beer at first, but my first craft beer was...
No, I'm talking that first like sip of beer. Like there's a lot of people like as kids, parents will like give their kids a sip of beer almost as a joke, like this will teach them, and then they won't drink it, and because they think it's gross.
My parents weren't that way,
right?
And I'll tell you why. Because they're not... my parents aren't like huge Bible thumpers, but a lot of people might not know this. But my dad was a minister for most of my life.
Well, that doesn't mean it's all about denomination. There's a lot of religious drunks.
We were non-denominational, whatever. I mean, they still do. I mean, they still go to church and stuff. My dad's not a minister currently anymore, but anyway, I think my dad may have had some kind of rough... well, I wouldn't say he was like getting drunk or anything, but
Sure.
he may have had not the greatest of teenage years with that, so he didn't encourage it. But now he doesn't care. Like, I'll be like, once in a great while.
I don't think that's...
with my dad.
Look, maybe this is controversial to say, but I don't think that's because of religion. Like, we live in Cincinnati. This is a great little pocket of the country where in the summertime you've got church festivals every single weekend, and every single one of those festivals is all about drinking heavily and gambling. That is, and it's all for God. So it's not religion itself.
No, I get it. I totally get it.
The best God is the drunk God. Like, I like that one.
Like, I think it doesn't...
Happy Easter, everybody.
Oh, yeah, right? Happy Easter. Which, by the way, speaking of Easter, I hope you had a good Easter. One of the things I loved about I've always wanted to do is the Easter egg hunt with beer that I've seen on like those videos back in the day where people would hide beers
That's
around.
where the Fireball came from. Did you miss that part of the show when I was drinking Fireball?
I didn't start streaming until later.
Oh, yeah. You got in late. So we started the show off with Fireball because I got Fireball during our adult Easter egg hunt, which is not... in our house, it's not just beers. We had beers and bottles of booze and wine and all kinds of weird stuff.
That would be fun. I've always
it's good time.
Place in that. Well, speaking of religion, since we were talking about
let's get into it.
But no, this is nothing crazy. I was gonna say rest in peace to the Pope today, man. I just found out he died. Whoa, that's crazy.
The Pope died?
The Pope.
Are you
died
shitting
today.
me?
Oh, you're fucking with me.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, did the Pope actually die?
Yeah, he actually died today.
Oh man, that's big. Like, they got to do the whole smoke thing, right?
Right.
In that they appoint the new Pope with smoke and stuff.
I'm not quite for sure. I didn't watch anything. I just know that people have been posting about it, and of course, people took political stuff on it and all this stuff. So all I know is something with JD Vance meeting him, and you'll see what I mean. I'm not gonna.
Somebody tell me in the chat if Zach is messing with me here. Is the Pope actually dead?
No, I really seriously the Pope.
Look, I trust you, but only like 17%.
No, my
like I need confirmation. I need confirmation. I could Google it, but that's too much work.
Google it right now because I'm pretty sure he either died today or yesterday.
Steve says the Pope has the opportunity to do the funniest thing in 3 days right after Easter. Julia says, "Yep, black smoke equals dead Pope. White smoke equals new Pope chosen." Steve says he's very dead. Yes, Pope Francis died today. Okay, all right. Yeah, Pope died. I guess I am not up on my Pope news. I was too busy drinking. Man.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pope.
The big thing is a Pope. So now we're going to get a new Pope. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, my wife told me this, and usually my wife's pretty right on most things.
Well, here's to hoping that the next Pope is a woman.
Well, it could be.
Nope. It can't be. Nope, they're not there yet. Nope, it won't happen.
Yeah, wouldn't that be like something with like a nun or something? I don't know, man.
No, I don't think they can. I don't think it's possible. God doesn't talk to women or something in the Catholic religion.
Catholic religion's just
they like to drink and gamble, and I appreciate that. I'm pretty sure that at this point, YouTube is not going to promote this episode at all.
Well, and you know who will support you guys, or who will promote you is Dick's Potato Chips.
You know who else? Beatbox, because this stuff is delicious. I thought this was going to be terrible. I thought this was going to be horrible, and it is so good.
No.
It's not tiki. They have tiki guys, and I was hoping a tiki cocktail, but it's not tiki.
Is it?
Wow.
on the lines of Cappy's, the Cappy Snacks fruit punch tasting good type.
Different. Cappy Snacks is still a beer and it's tart. This is not tart at all. It's all sweet. It's all sugar. This is it's like drinking like a Hawaiian punch or something. Like it's all sugar.
It's like a Halloween drink, like you're at a Halloween party or something. It's like just kind of mix everything together. It's like, here you go, have some alcohol. This will be great.
Eric says that if you give the Catholic Church another 500 years, maybe a woman. I don't even think so. I don't even think they'll do it in 500 years.
Well, you heard it first on the Gnomes live chat that the Pope died.
Yep, Zach just killed the Pope. That we heard it while we were listening. He was alive when I started the show, and now he's dead.
Yeah. Well, it is kind of weird that ironically, that he died right after Easter. Well, I don't know if that's ironic, but it's like, whoa. And think about that.
Julia says maybe we'll see a Pope of color. Not.
Pope of color? Hey.
Yeah. I don't think the Catholic Church is ready for that either. I don't know if the Catholic Church is ready for a lot.
So if you get any people trying to wonder from watching this live podcast, you start getting random emails from somebody like, what were you talking about, sir? Or something.
Well, I don't know. From the Catholic Church.
The Catholic Church. They're like, they send you a cease and you need to quit talking about the Pope on your show, please. Even though your show is...
Well, I mean, we have like tens of people listening, so...
Yeah, tens of people.
Yeah, very, very popular.
We need to make the stream larger.
I will say, last week was one of the best episodes that this show has ever had. So thank you to everybody for hanging out and listening to the show. Like it is growing. It is turning into something that is a real thing. I joke that it's the show that is not a show, but it has become like an actual like piece of what I do, and I love this show. That is not a show.
To be honest, I'm gonna call bullshit. This is a show, man. This is
no,
a
it's
good
not.
Show, though.
If it was a show, I would have been on time tonight. Steve says that the last person the Pope met was with J.D. Vance, and he's not kidding. Did J.D. Vance kill the Pope? I'm not saying he did, but did he?
A lot of people are being crazy. Like, even though, like, anyway, I'm not getting too much into him because I could care less about.
You don't want to get into J.D. Vance?
Not, absolutely not, because I could care less about that guy. That's all I'm gonna say.
Eric says, "Well, old white man is a color, kind of like eggshell, but a little more gray." Oh wait. Okay, no, the plot thickens. Julia says that J.D. Vance was also the last person to see Queen Elizabeth before she died. Is that real?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You guys can tell me whatever you want to tell me right now, and I'll believe it. Because the Pope is the Pope actually dead? I'm so confused right now. Did J.D. Vance kill Queen Elizabeth and the Pope?
Okay, I don't know
Zach,
anything about Queen Elizabeth.
I need you to tell me right now. All right, let's take a breath. Take a breath. You. I need you to take a breath right now.
Okay.
All right. Are you drinking something? You have a beer?
Oh, me? Yeah. I mean, I still have my gadget down here.
All right,
kind of sipping on it.
Take a swig of your golden gadget.
Okay, take a swig. Okay. All right, just took a swig.
Are you telling me right now that J.D. Vance is going on a rampage and he killed Queen Elizabeth and the Pope? Is that what you're telling me?
I cannot confirm that.
Can you deny
I don't know
it?
anything about the Queen Elizabeth thing.
Can you deny it?
I can't deny or confirm that.
That's what everybody says when it's true.
But the truth is out there. As Scully and Mulder said, the truth is out there.
Yeah. Fox Mulder did say that.
Yes.
Okay.
And weird as it is, before I started talking to you, I was watching the X-Files. But anyway.
Steve points out that J.D. Vance did break the OSU National Championship trophy, rushed it to Rome, and then rushed to Rome to take care of the Pope. Okay. All right.
I mean, he's like, I don't know.
Marco is saying, this can't be right. Was he also the last person to see Elvis? Julia says yes. Okay. Yep. I believe it all. Marco wants to
Where
know if
has
there's
this
an after
gone?
show tonight. There might be. I think there might be. I did see something that Patreon was trying to bring live streaming into their platform, which would make after shows way easier. So maybe we'll see.
You know what? To be honest, I do tell everybody about your show or your show,
Wait,
and it's not a show or-
Tupac is dead too? You've got to be kidding me.
we're going down the loophole. We're going down the like.
Oh yeah, this extra innings.
This is definitely extra.
No,
It's like when the Reds.
we got to wrap it up soon. We got to get into an after show because we're an hour and 8 minutes, and I'm like
we're gonna say
3/4 into this party punch beatbox, whatever this is, and it's not going to get any better.
It's a good choice. We're gonna say that. We're gonna say rest in peace to Pope, and we're gonna say we're happy that the Reds beat Baltimore 24-2 yesterday. That was
hell yeah, almost a franchise record, almost.
Oh hell yes, it was.
Do you know what else we need to say before we wrap up the show?
Dick, something about Dick's potato chips.
Will, Zach, do you know what you need to do tonight?
Eat a big bag of dicks.
You need to eat a bag of dicks. Dick's potato chips. Shout out to Dick's for supporting this show. We support you. The Pope would support you, but evidently he died, and I did not know that. And my mind is blown right now. Like I need to actually Google when I get off the show to make sure nobody's messing with me.
I was lying.
I don't believe anybody. This is
I'm
wild.
not giving you it. I'm not giving you false information. Marco will give you false information, but I'm being
Marco
truthful
definitely
for real.
would. I will do some Googling and we'll do an after show. But Dick's potato chips. Dick's potato chips has never killed a pope ever. You know what? As far as I know, let me put that out there. As far as I know, Dick's potato chips has never killed a pope. What they have done is made incredible potato chips. And if you're a Gnome, and I'll put it out to all of the Gnomies, the free subscribers. We should come up with a fun name for the hanger-ons, the free people. We got to come up with a good name for them.
Well, you still got to get somebody a promo code for the dicks, and maybe get somebody gets some
we'll do something, or like some kind of fun giveaway or something. We'll do something.
Yeah.
But we need to jump on the live stream and figure out. I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what I was talking about. You derailed me. Shout out to Dick's. Thank you to Dick's for supporting this show. We love Dick's on this show. Oh, I remember now. On the post show, we'll eat some Dick's. I will. I'll sandwich Dick's. I'll do all kinds of fun stuff with Dick's. It's gonna be a Dick's extravaganza. Do what?
So whenever Dick's comes up, like you're like getting ready for say.
Whenever Dick's come up,
that this is sponsored by. You need to have some music behind it, like dun, 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 like.
No, it's gotta be like
potato chips.
Boing.
What?
You heard me. All right.
I really do.
All right. Well, I'll tell you later. Jump on the live stream afterwards. Jump on the after show. Okay. Thank you, Zach. Zach, I'm hanging up on you because I'm going to the live stream. I'm going to the after show.
Hey, you have a great night. Take it easy, brother. Cheers.
Hey, Zach, eat a bag of dicks.
Yes. Okay.
All right. Yeah, you too. All right. We are going to wrap up the show because we're at an hour and 11 minutes. But yeah, this is a good night for an after show. I was going to try to make it like a thing that happens on certain nights. To hell with that. I'm drinking beatbox. Like if I'm going to do an after show, this is the night to do it. Maybe we'll drink long drink too. I don't know. So if you are not currently a Patreon subscriber, go to thegnarlygnome.com/support and you can become a Patreon subscriber. And we'll post the link. I will say this: when you get the link in Patreon, for anybody that has not done this before, click on the thing and go to the YouTube stream, and that's where I will be able to see the chat. Patreon can't figure out how to get the chat to make it good. That's the best way to put it. Yeah, there's alcohol in this. There's booze in here. Booze box is what they should call it. All right, we'll be back next week. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you. Sorry, Pope Francis. Sorry, buddy. I didn't know. I really didn't know. I'm gonna Google that. I'm still not I'm 50% sure that you guys aren't messing with me. Shout out to everybody who's lost a pope this week. I feel for you. But thank you to all of you who support this show and all the things I do. If you don't and you want to, go to thegnarlygnome.com/support, and we'll do it again next week. Same time, same place, Monday nights around 9:30. 9:30-ish is what we call it. We'll see you guys then. If I can find the right button. Cheers, everybody. After show. Stay tuned. It'll pop up in your email or something. Just got a text message from the Vatican. This week's after show of the podcast will be heavily monitored. We need to watch what we say. Jesus didn't like this episode. I have a pocket Jesus. Where is he? He's upstairs. It's not a lie. I'd go get him, but I wake up my kids.